Hello everyone, welcome to the legal aspect, professionalism and ethics of computing. So this is another unforgettable year that we cannot meet with each other. And then in this course, in these lessons, we are going to do the introduction first. So to let you guys know what's happening in this course and then what is the platform and then how we handle our course before we meet with each other. So hope that you enjoy the lessons and then remember to enjoy your good health, especially in these conditions. And then let me introduce myself first. I'm Peter, your subject lecturer. So if you are computing, you know that there is a Gamelab in computing. I'm the person in charge of Gamelab. So you can find our Word and then you can find our demonstration in P503 in P503. I'm also the host of Global Game Jam. So every year in the last week of the January, you see that there are lots of the posts and then lots of the dramas in Hong Kong. They come together and then we try to create our games and then try to do something special for our community. And then why I'm talking about the game, so you will say that game is not related to ethics, game is not related to professionalism, game is not related to the social aspect, etc. So let me talk about a little bit history about myself first. So we set up the Gamelab in 13 to 14 years ago, 13 to 40 years ago. So it's a long time, right? And then about 5 to 6 years ago, our previous department head asked me, so what is the value of creating games, or what is the value of your game lab? We win a lot of prize. We win the prize from the Global Game Jam. We win the prize from the Microsoft Emergence Cup. We win the prize from lots of the local or global competitions. We create the games, but somehow no one knows. So that's why our head asked me about what is the impact of your lab. So at that time, I need to think, and then I need to find out a new directions for our lab. So about 4 to 5 years ago, we tried to move to VR and AR. So we have touched lots of different technologies, including the gesture detections, including the VR of augmented reality. So we know how to create the things. 5 or 6 years ago, it's hard to create the VR AR things. So lots of the company, they try to join with us, and then we have create different kinds of demo for different company. But again, we cannot let the other knows what Gamelab are doing, because for those demo, they will just hidden from those big name, hidden from those big company. So around 3 years ago, we tried to find our ways again. And then because we are good in graphics, we are good in interaction design, we are good in some new technologies. So we want to create, or using our techniques to create some product for the underprivileged group. So at that time, we have selected the children's. So we create some games for the SEN, SEN, special education needs student. So we create the games for the dyslexia. That means they have the problem about readings and writing Chinese. That is what you are seeing in front of our screen. So we have created lots of the apps in VR, lots of the apps in AR to help them to learn how to read and write Chinese. And then we have also created different apps for the IQ who is lower than 50. That means is equals to 1 or 2 years old. So because they are not able to talk with you, they are not able to discuss with you, and then it's hard to use the normal materials to teach them. So we use lots of the game, we use lots of the different technologies to help them. So don't think that for those IQ below 50, that means multiple learning disabled children, they cannot use the iPad. So my son, as I remember, he's only, it should be 8 to 9 months. He knows how to use the iPad, click the YouTube item, select the movie that he wants to watch, and then skip the advertisement. So it's good. Somehow we can use game to communicate with those children, and then touch and then communicate with them, and then they can touch the interactive and learn and learn and learn. So it saves the children, and then it helps the children. I cannot say save. It helps the children, and then it also helps the parents. It also helps the teacher, and that's why we try to do something for our society. That means whatever you are doing, so maybe you are a computing guy or you are a electronic EIE guy, so you can create something and help the society. And in nowadays, of course, computing, because you are handling the information, you are handling the knowledge, you can create something better and better for lots of the people to use and enjoy. So that's why I'm in this course, and I want to share a little bit about how we handle in the industrial products, how we use our professional to help the society, and then for some of the industrial products, they have the rules to obey, they have the code of conduct, and then what it is, and then how we can handle this kind of things. Okay. So if you have any problem, so feel free to send an email to me. So here is my email on your left-hand side, okay? And then yeah, you can also find me. So you can find me in the office in the office hour. If you want to find me after 6 p.m., so you better send an email to me first, and then we search a time slot, and then we can talk, and then we can share the views of our of you, okay? Yeah, and another advertisement time. So, as you know, I'm holding the Gamelab in PolyU. So this year, I'm also the host of Go Game Jam. So we have collect lots of really wonderful prize for you, including the iPad Pro and including some mobile phone Switch OLED versions, Oculus Quest, and lots of the wonderful prize. So please join the Go Game Jam. Okay, so this year we will have 10 days for the Go Game Jam, um, starting from 20, okay, to 30. Okay, so you have 10 days to prepare your games. And one more interesting thing is, so this year I have connect with HKT, and then they will have some special offer for the MacBook. And then, I know that you cannot receive back to school special promotion this year. Okay, so somehow we have prepared a back to school promotion for you. You can receive a better price, better than education price on the Apple website. You can buy some good notebook, high performance notebook. So this is the one and the only one times that maybe it's the one and only one times you can buy the high performance notebook in a such a attractive price. So whatever, so if you can create games, join Go Game Jam. If you cannot create games, but you want to get a special offer for the notebook, for the MacBook, so you can also register as a Gemma and then use the Gemma ID to buy a high performance notebook um, at a really attractive price, better than educational price. So the startings of our course. So this year, so stated, similar to the previous year, we are 100% continuous assessment. Okay, so that means you do not have any examinations. Okay, you do not have any examinations. And then we are going to use, starting from this year, we are going to use a flipped classroom approach. That means we will provide lots of the asynchronous video class. Okay, so I have prepared lots of the videos for you. So whatever about the slide, and then whatever is about some case study, we have find some of your classmate in 2 years ago. Yeah, we find some of your classmate and prepare some story for you to understand the situation when you go outside to work. Okay, so we have prepared lots of the videos. So we have the asynchronous video approach, and then we will have the synchronized in-class exercise. Okay, synchronized in-class exercise. That means you are not compulsory to come to the class every week. Okay, so you are requested to come to our class or in week 1. Yeah, that means here, right? Week 5, week 9, 11 to 13. Okay, so there are some synchronized class activity, including in-class exercise, 3 times in-class exercise, and 2 invited talk. Okay, for the other time, so I will say that for the others time, I will be still here, both online and both in the physical classroom. So it will turn to the consultation or I would say the Q&A. So I will be sit here and then prepare for your questions. So we will have the consultation in every week, okay, in the physical classroom, okay. So according to the class timetable, you can still come or you can use the Zoom to join the Q&A. So later I will explain the settings for you. And then yeah, if you have any question, just feel free to ask. And then we have also give you 2 extra hour for your consultation. Okay, so just before the class, so you can join the Zoom class earlier, and then you can ask the questions. Okay, so 2 hours before the class, you can find me on the Zoom, and then you can ask questions. Okay. So let me talk about the schedule of our course. Okay, we are here. So today is our introduction. Okay, week 1 is our introduction. I'll briefly introduce course settings for you, and then the video is also put on the yeah, YouTube channel, so you can visit and then yeah, watch anytime that you want. Okay, and then we will go through 4 topics in this course. So the first one will be ethical analysis. Okay. So somehow we will teach you, yeah, we are the university higher education. So we will teach you some of the problem solving technique. Okay. So some things about very abstract thinking model. So how you can analyze your situation by using some thinking model. Okay. And then we will go through another topic that will cover some professional body, okay? That perhaps later on you will join our IT industry, and then definitely you want to find someone that can be protect your career, okay? And then because your career is protected by some professional body, and you must obey some of the rules, or we will say that code of ethics, okay? Some of the code of ethics from the society. And yeah, this kind of situation will be also covered inside our course. Then we'll go through something about the legal problems. Okay, so we find 2 topics for you. The first one will be the privacy, personal data. Okay, in this 1 or 2 years, the personal data is really serious problem in the IT, because we have lots of the new rules. For example, in China or in the European unions, GDPR. So they really care about the personal data. If you did not have a better solutions for your IT or for your data protection about your personal data, so definitely you will be sent to a jail, and then your company will receive penalty. Okay, your company will receive penalty from this kind of attacks. Okay, we will also talk about the IP issue. Okay, intellectual properties. Okay, so whether I can copy some image from the website and then put it on my web page, or whether I can copy some wordings from the other websites and then put it into my web page. So we will cover the IP issue, and perhaps you have built some IT solution, you have built some app, you have built some games inside the marketplace, and publish on the marketplace or app store. So whether my products or my solution is protected in Hong Kong or in China or in the worldwide. So we will also talk about the IP. The last one is we will find some expertise to provide you some thought. Okay, so we will have the invited thought or in week 12 and week 13. So the situation is still yeah, complicated now. We will want to invite ICAC, and then we will want to invite the representative in the Legislative Council. But somehow, unfortunately, they go to a party, and then yeah, they are quite busy at this time. So yeah, let's talk about the situation later. Okay, so all the videos are ready. Okay, all the videos are ready, and then you can watch the video anytime. But we have set different track points for you to evaluate your situation. For example,
for the ethical analysis. So we will have the in-class exercise in week 5. Okay, in-class exercise in week 5. And then for privacy, we will check in week 9. IP, we will check in week 11 to see whether you will or you have studied well about your course settings. Okay, because somehow this course is compulsory. It's compulsory because your program is authorized by the HKIE, and then all sorts of the professional society, they want you to understand the legal problems, and then they want you to understand the situations, professionalism, before you go outside to work. So we have lots of the checking, we have lots of the exercise to make sure that you really understand and then you really know the situation when you go to the IT industry. Okay, so in week 5, 9, 11, we will not only cover about the in-class exercise. So yeah, in week 1 we will have the overview. So somehow I will briefly explain what you should focus inside the videos. Okay, and then just before the in-class exercise, I will also do a revision with you. Okay, so before the week 5 or before all the in-class exercise, you will receive an overview, and then you will also receive a revision to make sure that you have know the situations, and then you have know the settings about the in-class exercise. And I'm not sure that we still have the hybrid mode or not. Okay, so whatever. So I will prepare for the hybrid mode. So you can join physically or somehow you can join online. So I will explain in our next slides. So for the offline management, so you will find all the things on Blackboard. Okay. So there are only 2 folders that I will put the things inside. So first one is the content. So all the slide videos you can find on the content. And then I will put all the assessment in the assessment folder. So you will find all the materials about in-class exercise, about your assignments, and about your report inside the assessment. So this is our settings. And then for the online versions, most likely we will use Zoom. Okay, so you will find the Zoom link. Okay, you will find the Zoom link inside the Zoom folder. So including the consultation 2 hours before the regular class, and then we'll continue in the Zoom. So we'll continue the Zoom link. Okay, after I will continue the lecture class after the consultation. So we'll use the same Zoom link. Okay, and for all the synchronized, that means the Q&A or in-class exercise in week 5, in week 11, etc. So we'll find other tools for you. So we have prepared kind of metaverse. So we have prepared our COM settings in Gather.time. Okay, so you'll find the link here. You'll find the link here. Okay, so we have prepared a virtual space that we can walk, we can meet each other, and then we can talk. We can divide into group easily inside the Gather.time. So I will show you the information later, and then we'll do the in-class exercise inside the Gather.time. So for the online, we'll use Zoom, and then we'll use Gather.time. This is the settings for us.
So let me talk about the objective of our course. The objective of our course is we aim to equip the student with the knowledge regard to the social responsibility of the computer professionals who have handled a significant position in the information age. So talking about the social responsibility, right? So this word become a very, very, very popular word in our society. So of course there are lots of different things that is related to the social responsibility. But in our course, I'm sorry, I'm not the expert of social science. So I'm only the lecturer in computing. So all the things which bond to the or respect or relate to the social responsibility, I can not answer all. Okay, so we will only focus on the computing issue. Okay, about the computing professional. Okay, computing professional. So what's meaning of computing professional? That means that please don't ask me about anything. We should bought the in this status we should bought the traveler that have traveled to China and then to Hong Kong is correct or not, such kind of things. Okay, because it's not related to computing professional. Okay, this is not related to computing professionals. Okay, so you can ask me about the Bitcoin, the use of Bitcoin, the use of different channel to distribute the message, but somehow if it's not related to computer professional, okay, there are lots of the different one. If this one is not related to computer professional, we will not discuss in our lessons. Okay, in our lessons, even if you have the case study, you have the assignment, you need to pick up something that is related to computing. Okay, related to computer, related to IT. Otherwise, it's hard for us to do the discussions, and then it's hard for me, especially for me, to grade your assignment. So always remember, we are talking about the social responsibility. Okay, but all the social responsibility should be related to the computer professionals. Okay, otherwise we cannot have the starting point to discuss with each other. Okay. So if you have read, I guess no one read the syllabus, but it's okay. And then if you have read your syllabus, so we have the internal learning outcome. So all your grades is related to your internal learning outcome. Okay. And then for the internal learning outcome, it belongs to two categories. Okay, A and B in our subject. The first one, of course, is about the knowledge in this course. That means the professionalism or knowledge or ethical considerations. Okay, so we have something need you to know. We need you to understand the professional issue. Okay, we need you to understand the legislation. Okay, that means the crime, that means the law. We also need you to understand the ethical considerations. Okay, in the point of view of IT or computing. Okay, so that's important. We will try to give you some facts. We will try to introduce the law. We will try to introduce the facts. We will try to introduce the story that is related to the ethics of computing to you. Okay, so this is the first category. And then second category is using or apply the conceptual tools. Okay, that means the second, third, and the fourth lessons. The first part of our course, we will introduce different tools. Okay, for you to develop the analytical thinking. Okay, analytical thinking, and then for all the analytical thinkings. So you have the step number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, etc. And then throughout this kinds of procedure, so you can develop your thinking. Okay, you can develop your thinking, and then you have the theory behind. Okay, so that you can make your ethical and legal decision making. Okay, so this is the two main. Okay, this is the two main internal learning outcome in our course. Please bear in your mind. Okay, we need to learn the fact. How to gather the fact. We also need to learn about the tools. Okay, for us to I'm sorry, my handwriting is not very good in front of the PC. Okay, and we need to learn about the facts, how we gather the facts, understand what is the rules. We also need to learn about the tools, how we can do the thinkings. Okay, and then category B is somehow we care about your all round attitudes. For example, you need to communicate with each other in a effectively in both vocabulary and also in writing. Okay, so we need you to use a professional term to talk with each other and then share your idea with each other. You cannot just use the term that you obtain in the forum, for example, 連登, or you cannot use the term that obtain in the Facebook and then discuss with each other. We need to have our professionalism. We need to use our own term. Okay, we need to use our own term to express our idea. Okay, to express you are a professionalism of IT. Okay. We need you to learn all the things independently. So don't just follow all of our slide. Okay, so in our course you will have some assignment that you need to find out some case and then use out the method and also the rules that you have learned in our lesson to evaluate your case. Okay, so that's how you learn independently from the problem solving and also search for the solutions. Okay, think critically. Okay, think critically. Okay, you need to collect the information from the both sides, collect the information from the different sides, and then make your decision. So this is one of the most important things. Okay, so because you have the intended learning outcome, yeah, then you will have two important things. The first one is, again, we have three parts. The first part is about the ethics. Okay, the first part is about the ethics. Second part is about the professionalism. Okay, that means the code of rules, code of ethics that you need to follow. And the third part is about the legal. Okay, so we have P part. And then inside these three parts, you know the rules, you know the facts of computer professional. You also know the skills, how to analyze a problem, okay, in ethical and then the legal decision making. Okay, so because you have kind of intangible learning outcomes, so we try to divide our course in this kind of structure. Okay, so at the very beginning we will have, of course, this is the introduction, so it's haven't put inside this area, and then we will know about the basic of the ethics first. Okay, so some general tools and then some general methodology for you to develop your ethical and also legal thinking. And then we will talk about the principles of ethics. We will also, that means the code of ethics. And then we will talk about what's happening inside the legal part, the law system. And then we will put different cases into our course. So definitely we'll put privacy in our course, and definitely we'll put IP in our course. Okay, we'll also put computer-related crime. Okay, for the networking, for example, you have the because you have the blockchain, etc. So perhaps we'll also put inside the networking. I will invite a speaker to talk about this kind of things, or I will invite some speaker to talk about the AI, because in these 2 years, AI is a really hot topic in our machine learning. Okay, so it's ethical to use AI in many or in different aspects. So we will have a look and then see is correct or not. Okay. And then here is another important part of each course. So it's about the assessment components. Okay. So again, in our course, we do not have any examination. So no examinations, and 100% is continuous assessment. Okay, so that's why we have lots of the small assignment. And don't afraid that I will try to make your assignments a little bit happier. Okay, so you use a funny way to complete your assignments, and then you will enjoy the assignments. I will say that you will enjoy the assignments instead of we only have some hard assignment to complete, or we hard formulations of the theory to complete. Okay, so we'll try to make it apply to our daily life, and then make yourself feel more happy when you doing your assignment. Okay, so we have two parts: individual part and also the group assessment part. So individual is 57%, and then the group assessment is 43%. Okay, so individual is a little bit a little bit larger than the group assessment, but both of them is more or less the same importance, because when you go outside to work, so somehow you need to work with the other, and one of your internal learning outcome is try to connect with your classmate, and then to try to connect with the expert, and then try to find out some important things. Always remember, connection is the one of the most important things when you need to go outside to work. So you need, beside the individual assessment, you also need to take care about the group assessment. Okay, for the individual assignments, you have you have most likely you will say that I will say that you have 2 assignments. Okay, and each of them will carry 18% of marks. Okay, so I would tell you the format of your assignments, and then you also have a invited talk report, okay, for the invited talk, okay. So again, I will talk about to you later. And then 3% is coming from a survey, so I will design a Google Forms, and then you need to complete a survey, okay. For the group assessment, you only have two parts. One is in-class exercise, okay. So you have 3 in-class exercise, and each of them carry 6% of your total assessment. So again, it's 18. And other is the group study report is 25%. Okay, you find a topic related to computer science or related to IT, and then you have a deeper study about the whole situations. Okay, so lots of the people ask me, how can I get a pass or how can I get a B in this course? So similar to the other course that I have teach you, that I have teach before. Okay, so if you want to get a pass, 40%, okay, 40%, and then you can get a pass. Okay, so you can calculate by yourself. So if I only join the group assessment, so it's 45%, okay, 45%, and then I complete the survey, and then perhaps I hand in one. So they are free, right? So they are free. So I hand in one assignment. So most likely I can get this 40% of the marks. Okay, 40% of the mark. So you can skip one assignment, or you can skip 2 assignments. You still can get a pass in our course. So it really depends on your choice. So if this semester we still offer the pass or fail options, so you can make these kinds of manipulations. Okay. Or most people will ask, so how can I get B or above? Okay, B or above. So in this, example, remember, starting from this semester, you have a B minus, okay, in between from the C plus and B, so you have the B minus. But we are talking about the B plus, A or A plus. So if you want to get B plus, A or A plus, so you need to get 70% or above. Okay, 70% or above. So you said that 70% is pretty high, but don't worry, I will told you there are lots of tricks in our course, and then I will try to make it easier, and then you can get a fair marks for your assignments and for your grading. And in fact, I remember for last semester, so 50 or 60% of the student, 60 I remember, they got a B or above. Okay, they got a B or above. Of course, there are lots of students they choose pass or fail in this subject, but around 60% of students they get a B or above. So don't worry about the situations. Okay. So here we will talk about the assignments component one by one. Okay, and then we start to talk with the individual assignment first. Individual assessment. For the individual assessment is 57%, and then you have 2 assignments. Okay, assignment 1 and of course final assignment. That means the assignment 2. Okay, and then for the final for the both of the assignments, so there are structural questions. Okay, structural questions and case study. Okay, so most likely I will give you 3 to 4 structural questions. Okay, 3 to 4 structural questions, or 3 structural questions plus 1 case study. Okay, or combined together. Okay, I haven't draft the assignment, so give me some time. I will prepare as soon as possible. Okay, maybe this week or next week. Okay, so the structural question, so you have A, B, C, D, E, etc., and then you need to read the case, and then you need to follow. For the assignment 1, right, is about the ethical analytics. So you need to follow the content of the ethical analytics, and then complete the ABCD one by one. Okay. So for the assignment 1 and 2, it focus on the internal outcome 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay. Assignment 1 is mainly about the ethical analytic model and also the core ethics. Assignment 2 is mainly about the law. Okay, that means the privacy and also the IP. So I will try to set the assignment into this kind of setting. So the deadline is week 6 and also week 12. Okay, and for all the details content, I will give it to you later, and most likely I will put all the information inside the assessment of the backboard, assessment folder of the backboard. So that is we have discussed in our previous slide. I will put it there. Okay. Then you have the invited talk report. Okay, so we have 2 invited class. Okay, so you need not to turn in the invited talk for all. That means both of the invited class. You choose either one. Okay, for example, you choose Charles Mont or you choose ICAC. You choose either one. Okay, so write a essay. Okay, it's about 1 to 2 page. 1 to 2 page. Of course, I haven't set a maximum page limit, but mostly if you want to get a B or above, so mostly you need to have 1 or 2 page, mostly 2 page. Okay, so you have a B or above. Okay. And then the structure of the invited talk report I will discuss with you later, because I also need to plan for the invited class, and then I also need to study about the content that they will give it to you. Okay. Deadline is week 14. So again, this one is target of intended learning outcome 1 and also 2. Okay, 18%. Okay, so another one is about a survey. Survey is 3%. So it's about your study pattern. So so starting from last year, I prepared the videos, and then every year I will prepare the video again and again. So most likely I will ask you which video is good, which video is not good. So I will remake the no good NG videos, okay, no good videos, and then I want to improve our the settings of our course. So I will ask you about the study pattern. So have you watched the videos? Do you think this video is good enough, or have you watched this? Have you read the slide? Do you think this slide is good enough or not? Okay. So it's a 0 or 3%. Okay, so if you do the survey, I give you 3%. I will ask you about the student ID, and then if I check that you have completed the Google form, I will give you the 3%. If you haven't completed the survey, then 0%. Okay, so whatever you finish inside the survey, you say that my video is rubbish and then my PowerPoint slide is rubbish, I will still give you the 3%. Okay, so this 3% is good. And in previous year, we change it really find out a little bit difference about your grade. For example, most of the students, they get C plus to B is I would say that some of the students, they try to improve the C plus to B is using this 3%. Is quite important. So let me know your study pattern. Let me improve our course, and then of course it helps you to give you a little bit grade about your continuous assessment, so it makes you easier in this semester. So next one is the group assessment. Okay, group assessment. So group assessment is 45%, and then it come out with 2 settings. Okay, one is in-class exercise, and another is case study report. So for the group assessment, each of you guys need to form into a group. Okay, 5 to 6 students into a group. 5 to 6 students into a group. Okay. So for the in-class exercise, so you need to join our teams in during the lesson. So you cannot only watch the YouTube video, so you need to join, and then we complete some activity. So mostly I will use half lessons to cover the remaining part of our course, and then we'll jump into the in-class exercise. I don't know when we'll start the in-class exercise, but try your best to join our lessons in week 4, week 9, and also week 11. Okay. So for the in-class exercise, most likely I will give you some structural questions, and this such kind of structural question is similar to your assignment 1 and assignment 2. So you have a some sort of practice when you start to do your assignment, so it helps. Okay. So let me tell you the fault of the in-class exercise. So before, for example, we take week 4 example. Okay. Before week 4, you need to form a group. Okay, form a group. Okay, 5 to 6 students in a group. Create a Google document. Okay, create Google document. And then I will also give you the template sheet. Okay, of your answer. Copy this template to your Google document. Okay, share this Google document with your groupmate and with me, okay, with me. Allows me to edit your Google document, okay, allows me to edit your Google document. I will explain it to you later. And then submit the link of your Google document to the backbot, okay, in the comment of your submissions. Okay, so each group you find a representative and then submit the Google document to the backbot. Okay, so during the week 4, during the in-class exercise, okay, so we will talk a little bit about the lecture and then we will talk about a little bit about the questions. So during the in-class exercise, I will use your link. Okay, I will use the link of your Google document, and then I will randomly join your Google document. Type in something. Chat with your question 1. Okay, I will join your Google document and then chat. Okay, so for all the in-class exercise, you have 6%, right? So I will try my best to chat all your question 1. Mostly I will give you 2 questions, and then make sure that you get this 3% in your in-class exercise. So you say that we have 18%, okay, 18% of the in-class exercise, and most likely I will try to ensure that at least you get 9 of your total cost. So together with the most likely you can get 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 marks in your in-class exercise, and 3 of the question mark I will make sure that you get the correct answer. Okay, if you cannot get the correct answer, I will type in and then ask you to fill in more information. Okay, or somehow I will ask you to join our team sessions and explain. Okay, so remember to include me in your Google document, and it allows me to edit, type in something. Okay, so during the in-class exercise, you need to discuss with your groupmates, right? So you can create your own Zoom sessions, team sessions, or even WhatsApp. Okay, you use your own communication tools to discuss with others, and for the teams that we are using now is for the whole class. Okay, so I will discuss with the whole class using Teams during the in-class exercise. And of course, you can ask me any questions. I'm here. I will try to interact with you. Okay. So this is the setting. So and also after the in-class exercise, I will give you 1 day. Okay, I will give you 1 day to complete the whole, or you try to polish your answer and then download the Google document as a docx file. Okay, docx file, and submit to the backbot. Yeah, and those are the settings of the in-class exercise. And then yep. Beside the in-class exercise, you can use the same group. Okay, so for the case study report, that means your project. Of course, you can use the same groups to complete your case study report, and that means the project. Or you can form another teams. Okay, you can form another team. You think that during the in-class exercise, my opinions or I always argue with my classmate, and it's good. So you can form another team and try to have different combinations of your group assessment, so that you can have a wider discussion within your classmate. So for the case study report or for your project, you need to write an essay to me, okay, and then submit to me in week 13. So you need to pick up a real case example here, okay, that is related to IT professional or related to computer science. Okay, so there are lots of the news today. So of course you can use the update, or you can use the news that happened in this 2 or 3 months. Okay, but if you want to have lots of the people give you different comments from the different points of view, so I suggest you to pick up a topic which has happened 5 or 6 months before. Okay, within 1 year or 5 or 6 months before, so you have a complete picture about the whole event. For example, you want to talk about the Facebook, they share the information or they share the data with the Googles or with different companies, right? So if you try to set this topic at the very beginning, so somehow the evidence or the data that you can collect is limited. Okay, so but now yeah, the set they have sent to the court and then discuss with the situations, and then there are lots of evidence, and I would say that the case is complete, close file. Okay, close file, and then there are lots of different discussion, there are lots of different opinions, there are lots of different points of views. Okay, so you have enough evidence to complete your project, your case study report. Okay, so it will be more fair to your group project, and it also helps your classmate to have a complete picture, not only a small part of the whole event. Okay, so you need to pick up one topics or one news that is related to IT and professional, and then write a essay to me, 5 to 8 page. That means for each of your group member, you only need to complete 1 to 2 page for the case study report. Okay, there is no PowerPoint. Okay, so only a report, and I try to offload your Wordle in this semester. No presentations, no PowerPoint, only a essay, only a report. Okay, so I guess it's easier for your assessment. So group assessments, of course, for the group assessment, I think that there will be some free rider. Okay, I think that there is some free rider. So there is always some mechanism for you to report the free rider. Okay, you find your group member is doing something bad, or he or she haven't finished his work or her work, and then yeah, for a simple understanding, he is a free rider. Report to me. Okay, report to me. So report to me, and then I will handle case by case. Okay. So as I have told you before, you need not to have the same group of students for the in-class exercise 1, 2, 3, and also the case study report. You can form your own group, and then you can change your group member every time. Okay, you can change your group member every time, but you need to stay clearly about the names and also about the student ID of all your group members. Okay, of all your group members on the first page. Okay, so each group just need to submit 1 copy on the blackboard. Okay, 1 copy only. So if you are a group of 6 or a group of 4, you need to submit 5 to 6 copy to me. Okay, it creates some means trouble for me. Please obey and do this. Otherwise, it may be a trouble for me. Thank you. And then yeah, this one is our task box. Okay, this one is our task box. So we will use the FX for the information age for our task box. I will use the 7 additions. 7 additions. Okay, 7 additions. So again, you can use the previous versions. For example, in our library, only have the 5th. Okay, we only have the 5th additions. So it's more or less the same. In fact, it only covers some special case. For example, in the 7th edition, they talk about the drones and also talk about the privacy that the 5th edition do not have. Okay. So if you just want to know about the ethical model, if you just want to know about the basic idea about how we can evaluate the ethics of for the information age, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever. Okay, you can choose for your own version. It's more or less the same. Okay, it's available in our library. Okay, it's available in our library. Okay, but I'm not sure that you can get the book in our library now. So if you find any difficulty, please let me know. I'll try to find another solution for you. Okay, so the ISBN is here, so you can go to the Google and then search for this task box. Okay.